it's time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints and rock.
We earn
30 years, so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Down, 60 Pittsburgh. Line 54. He's time to win.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Patterson eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Patterson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off by Troy Apke, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Come on, set. Hey, hold on. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Jackson to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first down. Patterson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. But it'll be second down. So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Patterson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Throwing on 3rd and long. Patterson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. On first down, Patterson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 3rd down, Patterson. He's got the first down inside the 10. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Got it. Check, right 54. Right 54. Lost the pass.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw. And it's caught. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
47's a mark, boy. 47. Check.
Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his right. Caught by Sanu. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Jackson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Ready? Mr. Pittsburgh. Oh, here we go.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Falcons have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looking to throw. Patterson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going long here for Wallace. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 31, Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 4.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Here we go again.
Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Now McManus for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by him. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. On 1st and 10, Patterson got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Patterson escaping the pressure right. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Now.
Operating from the gun, Patterson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Patterson. Airing it out for Hamilton. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. SOS. Off. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. I got you.
To try again after the sack. Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now it's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chris Wormley able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
To throw on 2nd down. Patterson airing it out for Hamilton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 44, Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. It's caught. Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. Throwing is Jackson. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection. Ryan to Jones there. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Jackson now. And he's going to go down again. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, or you little nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Patterson. He's able to find Wallace. And they work this out past the 25. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson complete to Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Right there in the middle, 55. I want that. Give me that.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
I smell fear in that offense.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Now he's got it. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Freeman. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check 37. Check 37.
Again, it'll be Freeman. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half, you're down here. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tyree Jackson his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. God, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Deion Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Back to throw. Patterson. And the pressure gets to him again. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back. 36.
Now Jackson throwing again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
54.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
60 outlaw.
Second and 10.
Exit.
22-yard line.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
He's fired.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, baby.
McManus now for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Next to score, Broncos 46. Falcons.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
On 3rd down, Patterson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays.
And Owen coughed it up, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down, but that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Following the fumble recovery, Patterson flushed out right. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
You ready?
45 to Mike. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
To the sideline and incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. 3 buzz.
Operating from the gun, Patterson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception.